Kiernan, the fans have just finished binging part 4 of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. We have so much to discuss. Ready to dive in?
I'm so ready and so excited.
When you read the part 4 finale and saw that both Sabrinas were going to die and that we were ending in the sweet hereafter, what was your initial reaction?
I was very surprised.
Really?
I was reading the script. I think I've sort of had the same mentality as everyone else, which is Sabrina can't die. She's Sabrina. We can't die. And I was like, oh, there's no more pages. I think that's it, guys. But, it's a dramatic ending. It's a really dramatic ending. At the end of the day, I think what it represents is that she truly is a selfless soul and sacrifices herself for the greater good, which is hefty, very hefty. And I think it hit me emotionally quite a bit. It's not an easy ending to just digest. There's I think a lot of meaning and impact behind it, however you wish to read into that. But above all else, yes, I was completely surprised.
I feel like fans are going to freak because I know that when I watched it, I could not process it. But the more you think about it and the more time you take, it seems like the only fitting end, considering all the chaos, pun intended, she's been through. How do you feel about it now that you've had a little over a year to digest?
Now that I have enough separation from it, I'm of a few different minds. One is that, the character does not belong to me solely. It belongs to the fans and it belongs to the viewers. So if people want to watch the finale and think that she ends up in the sweet hereafter forever and ever with Nick, amazing. I will say I think she's pretty savvy and could find her way back to Greendale if she chose to. And I think just because I love her so much, that's what I want to think happens. And I hope that other people feel like it's not the end of Sabrina, but just the next phase of whatever kind of crazy life or afterlife she may lead. Anything's possible in the world of Sabrina. So that's sort of where I sit with it, is that I hope that she gets back.
I'm like, so you're telling me there's a chance? Like
I would love that.
Yeah. Do you think we could see this character again? We never went to Riverdale.
I know. Look, I think we can still go to Riverdale. I think I'm holding out hope that she just pops up. It's like, oh man, I landed in the wrong county, but ends up getting trapped there for a little bit. I think that'd be funny.
Would you ever, or could you ever think that we could do like a Sabrina wrap-up movie if there's enough fan cry?
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I mean, I think I've certainly seen and heard the fan cries, and I'm with everyone that I love this character and I love those people so much that whatever we can do to wrap it up for the fans and keep it going and keep Sabrina alive, pun intended, not intended, I don't know, would be great.
Well, I just love to hear you say that because, it's been so long. It's been a traumatic year. If you were to say to me, like, I've put her to bed, like, I would completely understand that. So it's good to know that you still have, like, that connection to her.
I adore her, and any chance I could get to revisit that world and live in it for another minute, I definitely would.
It was so great to see the bookends between the pilot and the finale of especially the parallels of the scenes with Harvey and Sabrina and Nick and Sabrina doing that same chase up to the porch scene. I couldn't believe that I was seeing that. What did that mean for you to be able to film that and kind of have that kind of full circle moment?
It was wild. I mean, I'm obsessed with things coming full circle in the general sense. I feel like there's something so deeply satisfying and moving about that sort of angle. And it felt very earned. It felt very earned and it felt very grounding. And, sometimes life feels like it goes really quickly and sometimes it feels like it goes really slowly. But in that moment, it felt like, oh my goodness, the past 2 years have just flashed, by my eyes. And now I'm here doing this with Gavin same shot that I was doing, you know, month one as a little baby 18-year-old, not knowing what she was getting herself into. And that to me was really special. It was very special.
Seeing the whole just kind of spark between Nick and Sabrina, I was not expecting it, and I was not expecting to be so charmed by this coupling. But the fans really were so vocal about how much they loved the pairing together. Gavin and you have such a great dynamic, both as friends and on screen. What do you think about the fact that you guys kind of broke canon a little bit and Nick and Sabrina actually were endgame?
I think it's powerful. I think that because we started off with Sabrina and Harvey, we were sort of, I don't even know how to say it. We were really paying homage to the original sitcom by having Harvey as a character in a lot of ways. I mean, that was such an iconic part of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yeah. But in CAOS fashion, to redefine it all, I think it did make sense for Sabrina to end up with someone else. And Nick is obviously a great, very witchy, very sexy candidate for that. And I think they're wonderful together. I really do.
They had like a Romeo and Juliet ending almost.
It's pretty much that. It's pretty much that.
I just love how he just walks up casually and is just like, I went swimming in the sea of sorrows. Like, AKA, like, I committed suicide for you, boo.
It's like, whoa, no crash. Like, I'm 16. That's a lot.
She's 17 now, Kiernan.
Oh yeah, 17. I know. I keep forgetting.
How crazy that all of that was supposedly taking place over 1 year. Like, can you still process that? Like, what?
I mean, it's just, what a gal. I would not be in as good a shape as she was by the end of all that.
Seriously. As you look back at your time playing this character, do you have a rose and a thorn on your time on Sabrina?
Sure. I mean, I think that the roses are, it's a bouquet. It's a bouquet, if you will, of people and memories and things. And I could say so many things, but I think on a personal level, it taught me a lot about myself, and it was really nice to go to work every day playing someone that was kind and led with her heart and was very fierce in her beliefs. I think that I'm an actor. I love playing people that are messed up and flawed and don't have good intentions, but to be growing up, to be going from 18 to 20 and playing someone who really did approach life with such a zest and such a passion for the people that she loved, that to me was really inspiring in my own life. So I'd say the rose is just that, 2 very formative years of my life were heavily influenced by a character that I really adored. Mm-hmm. And as far as a thorn goes, I don't love that I'm allergic to cats. I wish I really, really wish that I wasn't. And the hives were not great. There was one scene where I was at 11 o'clock at night and I forgot that we were working until like 4, and I took a Benadryl, and I watched this episode and I can tell I'm like on Benadryl in a couple scenes. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
So I felt drugged. I was like slurring my words in this one scene, and luckily we have amazing editors, so I don't think anyone can tell, and I'm keeping it to myself what scene it is, but I know. I would say that those long hours are brutal on the body sometimes. Yeah. And when we wrapped, I was probably sleeping like 12 hours a night for a good solid month. Yeah. So physical exhaustion definitely exists, but I wouldn't trade it. I would not trade it.
Watching you sing Sweet Child of Mine in part 4 was like a series highlight. And this show unexpectedly gave us so many musical moments. Which one stands out for you?
I think Total Eclipse of the Heart was my favorite to sing. Like vocally, performance-wise, it was like so emotionally driven, and I loved that. And it was like the last scene of the day, and everyone was sort of just getting choked up by the end of it. So I think that was probably my favorite. But Sweet Child of Mine was so fun. And it was just fun to kind of rock out and do something different. That's the thing with CAOS that I love, is that it's sort of a playground too. I mean, we don't always take ourselves too seriously, and there are moments that are just very campy and fun and heightened, and that was one that definitely was that.
You and I have been chatting since the very beginning, and we've always talked about your hairstyles on the show, but now we can be really honest. What did you think of the wig? How do you feel about headbands now? Break it down for me, Keeks.
Oh my goodness. I have such a relationship now with that Sabrina hairdo. It's so funny because when I auditioned for the show, I was brunette. I had long brown hair, and it was supposed to be a one and done audition. It was supposed to be like screen test, you're out. I screen tested. I called my managers. I was like, it went really well. I'm going to New York for the week. There's no chance that they're going to need me back for another one, right? Yeah, no, Kiernan, you're good. That was a screen test. That was it. Now it's a waiting game. I said, yeah, I'm, going to New York. I was signed up for this week-long Shakespeare workshop because I wanted to just do something different. And I landed at JFK, and I got a call that was like, we want you back, and we want you blonde. And ever since that, and they wanted to put wigs on me to make it look as Sabrina-like as possible. And I said, nope, I'm dyeing my hair. I'm just gonna do it. I don't care if I don't get it. I'm still gonna dye my hair blonde just to feel like I did everything I could. Ever since then, I've had such an interesting relationship with Sabrina and that damn hairdo and all the things and all the iterations. I love it. I love when her hair turns white. It's a huge moment for her. It's iconic. It's when she really fully assumes, her power as a witch. And I think that's very representative of her as a character. On a personal level, I was able to keep my hair really healthy once the wig came on because I was not having to dye my hair every 3 or 4 weeks. So all in all, I think the wig was a great experience. I really, really, really loved it. I really had a good time with it. There's certain days where you kind of wish that you didn't have something glued on your head, but pros and cons to everything, right?
Definitely.
I don't think I would ever wear a headband in my real life though now. At least in the near future, I feel like it's a little weird. It's a little bit it's just, I don't know, there's just something about it that feels a little too on the nose.
If you ever have to wear a headband, it's just going to be
Are you trying to say something with that? Yeah, I don't think I can ever just casually wear a black headband now, which is fine. I'll take it. Definitely. For 2 wonderful seasons of CAOS, I will take not being able to wear a black headband and be taken seriously. So we're good.
Well, Kiernan, it's been so great watching your career just blossom from Mad Men, where you were such a scene stealer, to being a #1 on CAOS. What is next for you? What are you hoping to tackle next?
Oh my goodness, so many things. I have a couple really fun projects lined up for 2021, which I'm very excited about. I'm sort of in a creative development mode right now, which has been super fun. I worked on a show called Swimming with Sharks and waiting to see where that lands. So I've got some stuff in the canon, stuff in the works. And I don't know, that Sabrina movie maybe?
Let's do this. We need the Sabrina movie and we need at least you on Riverdale.
Let's do it.
We're going to make this happen.
I'm so down. I want to go.
We're going to make this happen, and then I need to be on set for it because I need to see it with my own eyes.
Perfect.
Amazing.
We can't end this here, Leanne. We gotta keep this good thing we have going.
We've got to I'm not ready to say goodbye to Sabrina. I know you're not. We need at least one more.
Perfect. This isn't goodbye then. Done.
This isn't goodbye. This is I'll see you soon.
It's a see you soon.